Hi, I'm Stefana, and I am going to show you how to do the EFT basic recipe, Emotional Freedom Technique basic recipe. Step 1, locate a pain or the problem or the emotional interference, whatever's going on. Locate something that you want to release and clear. Could be a headache, it could be pain, it could be sensation, it could be an emotional upset, it could be anything. So if you can locate something, ideally with this demonstration, find something that could be a 7 or higher on the scale of intensity. We're going to find the intensity from level 1 being almost nothing and then 10 being extreme. So find something. You're going to locate it specifically. I'll give you some directions on how to word it. If you can't get really clear, like this headache or the loss of my cat, then we'll just say this feeling or this sensation, or you can do it a little bit more vague. But ideally, you'd be really clear on what it is that you are going to be tapping on, and then get that level. Step 2, get that level of intensity on that, and then 3. Different than our shortcut. So this is a basic recipe, and it takes a little bit longer to learn. Longer meaning, you can learn this in 5 minutes versus 30 seconds. Okay, so going through this, keep it very, very simple. You're going to come up to your collarbone, and if you just gently move over your fingers, it's just from your nipple line up at your collarbone, there is a sore point. And when you find that, that's the point we're going to tap on or rub on while we say the 3rd step, which is we are going to actually lay down the affirmation. And that is, we're going to be very clear, or we're going to have the feeling or the sensation. Even though I have this, what you found in step 1, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I have this, fill in the blank, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though I have this, and fill in the blank, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Okay, so we've laid that down on a different part. Notice I haven't done the karate chop point. I'm doing the sore spot. So I'm laying down the affirmation in a different way. If you've been doing with the shortcut, I want you to have this basic recipe because it's a good way to clear in a little bit more substantial way. Let's put it that way. I like doing this as well when I have a little bit more time and I'm working on myself, clearing issues of my past or clearing issues that I have written down. So I'll give you a little side note here. I have a clearing notebook, a notebook that has my emotional freedom technique. It just says EFT journal, and essentially things that come up in my life that I want to clear so I am not carrying that baggage around. And I also have that what I note for my children that I want to help them clear, because we can do this as a surrogate on behalf of them. So those are things that you can do if you want to just practice and start clearing things in your life so that you're living a more optimum life and don't have barriers or things that might be sabotaging your well-being, your success, your health, your relationships, you name it. All right, so going back to now, we've laid down the affirmation, and now we're going to go to our points. The points aren't necessarily going to change, we're just expanding them just a little bit. So we've got our setup done. The setup is where we lay down the affirmation. Even though I have, you fill in the blank, whatever you've gotten as far as your problem that you want to work on, you then I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. Okay. So from there, we're going to go through the tapping sequence. And so the sequence is going to be at the beginning of the eyebrow. So just on the opening of the eyebrow point, and about 7 times. And you're going to say the problem. So headache, for example, speaking, getting ready to speak, nervousness of speaking. I often do that, but I won't necessarily do this with in front of the stage. If I'm backstage getting ready to go on, I will definitely tap using this. So anxiety, whatever it is. Okay, so we're still clear on what the setup was that you had in your original setup. You're going through the outside of the eyebrow, underneath the eyebrow, tapping, saying out loud. You're basically repeating the reminder phrase. So the reminder phrase is getting you focused on what it is and clearing that as you go along. Okay, the reminder phrase. Your reminder phrase, so you've got under your nose, under your lip, at the collarbone. You go under the arm, at the nipple line. Then we're going to go under the nipple and tap right at the bra strap. So there's a point there. And you're doing the reminder phrase. Okay. And then we're going to go to the thumb, reminder phrase, index finger, ring finger. We're going about 7 times. Skipping over the ring finger, we go to the baby finger. Now we're going to the karate chop point. Reminder phrase, top of the head, reminder phrase. Okay. I'm going to also teach you the full gamut procedure that I was originally taught. And the gamut procedure is very simply moving to your gamut point, which is between the ring finger and the pinky, and we slide just in. And I tap right in the center in there, and I'm using the reminder phrase. So while tapping and using the reminder phrase, close the eyes first, open the eyes, eyes hard down to the right, so down and right for you. Hold it steady for a moment, hard down and left, holding it steady. Roll the eyes in clock circle like you're following a clock. Once you get to 12 o'clock, reminder phrase, reverse. And then you're going to hum. I know it might sound silly, but try it. Just for 2 seconds. You can do happy birthday, it doesn't matter. Then you're going to count rapidly, still in the gamut point, count rapidly from 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to hum 2 seconds of a song again, and then you can repeat the basic sequence of beginning at the eyebrow. This is especially helpful when I lost my cat. I was in so much pain, and it took me 3 times through this cycle to go from what felt like a 50, with pet loss. It was so painful I could barely even breathe, down to a 0. The pain was completely gone, but all that was left was the joy and the experience of having my beloved cat, my beloved Gracie, for 13 years. So that's how powerful this is. So we tap the reminder phrase, and we go through the sequence, the reminder phrase. So it's inside the eyebrow, outside the eyebrow, 7 times, underneath the nose, under the chin, at the collarbone, under the arm. This one, then we go to, I did the collarbone, under the arm, then we go below the nipple. So right in this point here, this is an energy meridian point that gets tucked a lot. And then, let me get with this here. Okay, so below the nipple, then we go to the thumb right after that. Thumb, index, middle finger, our pinky. Right there we go to the karate chop point, and then we go to the top of the head. Now we rate the intensity. So this usually, by the time going through all of that cycle, is brought way down and very, very quickly. Fabulous cycle of clearing energy. And if there are any stops or you're not able to get to that zero and you've gone through it, there's a reason why you want to check those basic things. Dehydration is the first thing. Make sure you're not dehydrated. You want to check to make sure that you don't have any psychological reversals. That's going to be in a totally separate video. Something simple, it comes up a lot, so I'm making a separate video for it. But psychological reversals, and then toxins. Sometimes toxins can hold on. Our body will starve for certain energy, so it will hold on to things. That's another video in itself. All right, so that's the EFT full gamut. It's really the basic sequence. It was the original form sequence. And then you've got also the other video for the shortcut. Both are great. They're very useful tools. Practice them, use them, become free and clear, and have amazing energy. It's one more tool to have in the toolbox. Is it the only tool? No, it's just one more tool to have. It's a very effective one. I would not give this tool up. That's why I use it. There are lots of diamonds and chips off the diamonds. This is one of those nice diamonds. It's an excellent tool. Okay, hope that helps.